Hi, I'm going to share how I do a mail merge for corresponding with COD faculty. I start with my Excel spreadsheet, and the first thing that I want to do is I want to make sure that column A1 becomes a header. Otherwise, the F in faculty will get sorted way down by the F's down here. And so the first thing that I want to do is sort my data. So I control A to include everything. And I do data and I do sort. And what I want to do is I want to make sure that I want to sort by faculty last name. And you see here that this gives us column A, B, C, D, E, F, G, etc. We need to tell the data sort that my data has headers. And watch what happens. This is what you want. So we want to sort by faculty last name. And we hit OK. So now it's sorted by faculty last name. Now the second thing we want to do is we want to sort by, for example, we want to add a level. And we also want to sort by, in our example, we will use course name. Now we'll see that it's sorted by last name and course name, and it has frozen A1 at the top. So we're going to go through now, and we are going to add a second kind of sheet down here at the bottom, and we're going to call this, for example, ELA teachers. You can do a third one and you can add like speech. You can do a fourth one and you can add English, so that's what you do. But this first sheet is going to be, we're going to call it, let's just call it like raw data, right? So we'll rename it and we'll say raw fall 20, or we'll just say spring 24. All right. For the ELA data, we do want to bring over this first header in case we want to do any further sorting there. So I'm going to do that. So we at least get that copied. I'm going to go and I'm going to scroll down now, and I'm going to find, let's see, all of the, actually, I'm going to change my mind on this. And I'm going to go back to my data sort. And I'm going to take out the, delete the level of the last name. Now it's just going to sort by course name. It's good for you to see me make a mistake. I did that by design. So you'll see now it's alphabetical by course name. There is a lot of ABE teachers that have non-native students in their classes. So it might not be a bad idea to reach out to them if you wanted to include them in the ELA list. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy and paste the ABE teachers. And I'm going to go to this second tab and I'm going to paste them here. Okay, I'm going to go back to my raw. Obviously, we don't need accounting or anatomy. Now I'm pretty much just going down till I can find ELA. Okay, so I'm at the ELA now. Looks like it starts here. And it goes there. I'll copy and I'll add that here. So now what we want to do is if we want to write ELA teachers, we do indeed have them all listed on this second sheet of this Excel spreadsheet. But what we're going to find is we have duplicates because they teach several sections. And so I am going to Control A again. And I'm going to data, and I'm going to sort, and remember, I'm going to tell it that my data has headers. And I'm going to sort by last name. I'm going to actually add a level, and I'm going to sort by first name as well. And the reason is sometimes there are two people with the same last name, like Dyer or Hernandez. And you want to make sure that, you know, you're getting that clearly sorted. And what I'm going to start to do now is if I'm going to start to delete duplicates. So Nancy Alex is written twice, so I'm just going to do delete. Also, while I'm doing this, if there's something specific about the person's first name that I know, I'll change it. So if Nancy goes by Nance, for example, you know, that's what I would do. If Sarah goes by Mia, if Marguerite goes by Maggie, and if you don't know, just go with the official name. But we know that Bob Dixon Kolar was always Bob, not Robert, right? So you would change that. Here's a dupe. This takes a little bit of time. So I'll slowly kind of go through this. I'm going to pause the recording. And then once I'm done doing that sorting, I will restart the recording. So for training purposes, I'm just going to pretend like this is my master list of ELA teachers that I want to write. Remember that if you have a specific reason that you're emailing them, so if you want to talk to them about online things only, or if it matters to you if they teach VCM or in person or on the main campus, you know, so this particular teacher, Elisa, teaches at Glenbard. Is it still important for them to know about what's in your content? That's up for you to decide. So I feel really good about my list that I'm going to use when I do my mail merge. Oh, I see Catherine. She really goes by Kathy, so I'm going to change that. Okay, and I'm going to make sure that I save my spreadsheet. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to open the Word document that I created for my mail merge. Now, here's the thing that we learned by making mistakes. This particular letter is written in Franklin Gothic 12. But when I go to my email, and by the way, when you use mail merge, you have to be signed into the Outlook app, not the website. So I'm going to go and pretend like I'm writing a new email, and I'm going to look and check it out. My font choice is actually Calibri Body 11. If I were to use this letter and mail merge it, the name would appear in Calibri Body 11, but the rest of the letter would be written in Franklin Gothic 12. So you have to make sure that the font choice in the letter matches the font choice on your email. So I'm going to change this by doing Control A, and I'm going to go to Calibri 11. And verify that all of the settings and everything look good. And this is single spaced and looking good. Sometimes we've noticed as this V card, when it gets received, adds an extra space. So you want to double check when you're sending that in your test versions to make sure that it does indeed stay looking like this virtual business card as opposed to a virtual business card with the space in between each. So now we're ready to do kind of our mail merge. And I'm going to put the cursor right where I want the first name to go, which is right next to this comma. And I'm going to go to mailings, and I'm going to go to start mail merge, and I'm going to go to email message. And then this is kind of what it looks like. So far, so good. Back to mailings. I'm going to select my recipients and I'm going to use the existing list that I already created on my desktop. And the existing list is this. And remember, it has a couple of sheets, right? We don't want to use the raw one and we don't want to use the speech one. We created one called ELA. So I'm going to say, okay, and it says first row of data contains headers. That's important because you're going to need to use the email addresses when you do the mail merge. That's usually on by default. I'm going to click OK. I'm going to go back to mailings and I'm going to insert my merge field and I'm going to do first name. And you'll see first name is indeed there. Then what I want to do is I want to preview under mailings to make sure that my first name looks good. Yep, it looks like it took Nancy. I'm going to scroll one or couple more over to see if the names are changing. Yep, Denise, right? Dear Denise. It looks like the fonts all look the same. And I'm going to go back to mailings. And I'm going to finish and merge. But I'm not going to because I really have those people's emails in there. But this is the final step. And you're going to go to send email message. Oh, and so you would write a subject line like conversation circles, spring kickoff or whatever. And then you would want to pull the pull down and do faculty email and then click OK. And what you'll start to see happen is up here, you'll start to see names kind of populate and the email gets sent. You always want to send a test to several people in the Learning Commons to make sure that the links work and that the fonts look okay and that this V card looks okay and is single spaced. And then what you want to do is you want to go back to your inbox of your sents. And you want to delete those because they take up a ton of room in your inbox, in your set box. And so what I usually do is save like the first example so that I know what I sent as outreach for future references. But I delete all the other ones in my sent box when all is said and done. And that is how you send a mail merge. Good luck, enjoy, and ask one another for help. Always send tests and don't send it out until you hear from your test folks. Okay, thanks.